What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the Lexan on the Jeep. You can see we've got some templates here we've made out of cardboard for the side windows. These windows we're going to eventually knock out. They're still glass, but template for the back window and a template for one of the front windows, which we can mirror to that side, and the same for the other. The windshield, we have also made a cardboard template. Just took some time yesterday getting all this laid out. Everything's from Optic Armor. That's pretty typical. These are for the side windows. They already have a radius on them, which makes it nice. Gonna be using the smoked Lexan. Unfortunately, the windshield, although it has the general shape, it is not a direct fit. We're gonna have to cut like probably 8 inches off of the whole circumference of the windshield to get it small enough to fit in there. And it sucks having to cut the stuff. We're gonna try a little bit of something different today. We used a body saw on my car over there because I'll be the first to tell you I don't have a ton of experience with doing this finish work, and that's why I don't film a lot of it, like I said in my last video. But I'm going to try to do some filming today and just see how it goes. One thing I did run into on my car, and make sure you pay attention with the Optic Armor stuff, is on every one of these sheets they have a hole on one side of them, and that's where they hang it. Make sure you're not putting your templates where this hole is part of your glass, because I did on the back of my car. That whole big sheet on the back, on one side of it, it's got 2 holes. So if you ever see the car out and you want to call attention to it, you'll see it. So I think the plan is we're gonna start with these back windows, because they're more of a square. I don't guess it really matters, but I'm going to start with them, kind of get the feel for cutting this stuff. And the general plan I've got in mind is to use the body saw again. Most of you know what that is, just an air reciprocating saw, but it's really little, really small teeth. The only problem with this is the blade gets so hot it will actually melt the Lexan back together as you cut it. So I'm going to get Ethan to assist me, and he's going to use a spray bottle with water, and as I cut, he's going to spray a little mist of water on it to keep it cool, so it doesn't melt back together, so it gets hard pretty quick. So I figured I'd film it and show you guys how this is done, or how we go about it, and see how it goes. That actually worked out really good to keep some water sprayed on the blade while cutting. It didn't try to melt together like it did in previous times. And there's our window. So now to see if it fits. Get on the back side. And just hold it from falling through. At the bottom. Yep. Push it up a little bit. Push it more, or I can take it down. It's actually really clean. This should be what we're looking for right here. Alright. That's pretty good right there.
That's a perfect radius too.
So this window is done now. We've got it sanded the way we want it. Kind of pulled in exactly the way it needs to fit. So now we're going to use this to make the other template for the other side, but it's got to be flipped because they've got a radius on them already. So we've got to flip it for the other side. Try to use the edge to our advantage. The marker doesn't mark on this plastic very good. So if you're doing like us and trying to follow the marker line, it's better to put some tape on it so you don't lose your line. Because you can see it rubs right off.
Make sure you always use your teeth to tear the tape off. That's the only way it can be done. Because I'm making this an exact fit, there can't be any error on the cuts. Before, if the blade walked a little bit, it really didn't matter because I was going to have to sand it. This time, it's going to have to be perfect. It's a dangerous word. If you're using a body saw, what'll greatly help is if you elevate this thing a little bit, where you can let the saw blade kind of ride beside some type of support, like this box. That way you can push it down against the box and it'll help the vibration. Yeah, we're going to change out the blade before we start this one.
you guys.
So I said the cut had to be perfect, but obviously it was not perfect. A lot of it was, but if this thing rolled like this, it was trying to pull the blade, and once the blade starts going the wrong direction, it's already went. So just some minor sanding to do, and it'll be right though. Not near as much sanding as the piece before. So hopefully this is common sense, but when you're sanding this, make sure it's rotating clockwise or down towards the table. Don't sand it whenever it's throwing it back up to you, because you lose control that way. And only let the front part of it touch it. Don't let the whole thing, because then it'll try to roll it like that, and it'll walk across the piece you just cut, and it'll be trashed. Still need some off the side. Push this side up. So now the windows fit the way we want it. I'm gonna measure, whatever distance I think is good down from the top, and just put a cleco on each corner, just so these can be mocked up. I think we're going to come a 1/2 inch off the top. I'm not going to get all the way in the corner. Not just yet. I'll probably come off the corner a little bit. Right there. 2 inches out of the corner. Somewhere right here. Alright, now while he holds that. Right. You got to use your brain. Take the Lexan out before you punch all the way through, because you'll power drive the Lexan and then it'll be ruined. Just like that. Got it. There it is. Put the other one on there.
This will be
push that up a little bit. Yep. All right, pull it off. Pick it up a little bit. Yeah. That's pretty.
I mean, that
I mean, if I smooth up that top and take a little bit
is off that corner.
off the corner.
Yeah, I mean, just smooth the top, take off that corner, because it's sitting on the flange.
Oh yeah.
It's just a little bit off right here.
Blind squirrel finding nuts.
Put that good on there.
Yeah. Bit. Cautious back corner.
It's just wire.
Oh.
Yeah. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It's flushing out.
So all the side windows is mocked up now. We got just a Clico, 2 of them on the top of each window. Just to kind of hold them in place. We'll leave the film on there indefinitely until the whole thing's done, I guess. Next, we're going to mess with the back window. Now, the optic armor that they got, these side windows already had the radius in them, kind of a curve like that, which made it nice, made them fit really good. The back is just a flat piece, but it is a lot thinner. So we've got our template over here laid out, and do the same thing, trace around it. And these templates are made a little bit big. We noticed with the templates on the side windows that even though they look like they fit perfect, we still had to take some material off the side because of the radius of the flange that goes around the door here. It kind of has a radius there so it doesn't sit flat. So you can see we had to take some off that corner just so it would lay flat on the flange. And that's probably what we'll have to do here once we get it cut out. But this should get us really, really close on the general shape and give us something to work with. side windows and back window done now. It don't seem like it on the time lapse, but it did take a good bit of time to sand to get it to lay down flat. Same concept back here. We've got the radius on the flange here to deal with, so our cardboard template was really close, but it ended up being a little bit big if you consider the radius, so I had to sand it until it laid flat. But we've got clecos in all four corners now, and I thought we was going to have to put a brace on this, but after it gets in there like it is, you've got this flange that comes all the way out for the original back glass that was in there, and that makes it pretty stiff. So I think once it's bolted in, probably won't have to have a brace in the back. Let's get to it on the windshield. with that, we have all the Lexan in, with the exception of the rear quarter ones here, which are glass. We're going to peel the molding off here and probably do a Lexan window in this as well, but I'm going to save that for very last because I don't want to deal with pulling that molding off right now. I think we're going to have to actually bust this window out because I think it's glued in, is from what I've heard. So cross that bridge whenever we get there. But all the other windows are mocked up. Windshield, we had to use self-tappers, which we drilled the holes and somewhat almost like as big as the self-tapping screw itself, so really no effort going in there. It's just there to kind of hold it, put a washer underneath it. But the Clecos that we have are not long enough, because that's a 1/4 inch thick, I believe. So they're not long enough to go through this and into the metal underneath and hold. So the self-tappers will hold it in there just for mock-up until it's ready to be bolted down for good. But pretty happy with the way everything turned out. Just wanted to show you guys the basic process that we go about doing Lexan. This is actually only like the 3rd one that I've even had to mess with doing a Lexan. We typically don't get into finish work, but we did a lot of it on the Datsun, and this is just a little bit bigger scale than what we dealt with on my car. The windshield was pretty good. I mean, it had a decent form to it, but the curve was a little bit off on the form. So that's why on the time lapse you see Cody and Ethan pushing down, making sure it's all the way against the flange whenever we drill the holes. That way you don't have a bubble in the middle of it. But it laid out pretty good. So I guess next we're going to start dealing with the carbon and stuff on the inside. So all this has got to be closed in. Do carbon tubs of some type. We've got a couple of different ones here. See which one fits the best. And get all these panels just closed in the back half here. And then this thing will be ready to go back to Demon for them to finish up. Well, we got to do the door panels. I forgot that. But then it'll go back to Demon for them to get everything put inside here that they're going to run, whether it be tanks or wiring or whatever else. But pretty much everything has got to be mocked up before they go about painting this thing. And I think they're going to wrap the whole thing, which has got a few little dings and dents that will have to be taken care of on the body, because that'll show through the wrap, but nothing major. I think it's going to look very unique and awesome. It already looks awesome, and it's just thrown together. So thanks for watching. More videos soon. See you.